Guys, so I probably haven't gotten some action in about 5 to 6 months, and it's totally okay. Listen, man, I used to be the type of guy. First of all, first and foremost, I have been with plenty of women. I have had plenty of fun, and it's not like I can't. However, it's really good. I feel like as I've been getting older, man, to specifically go through periods of time where I specifically don't really go hard at that department. Okay, I've like I said, I've had my fun. I've done done that stuff, and it's okay, man. So what happened is that 6 months ago, I was living in a different state, and I was traveling a lot, adventure. I didn't really care about wanting to meet women. I was more like, man, what can I check out before I leave here? I was in Arizona over the winter, and I really wanted to check out all these different things like Monument Valley, Sedona. All the national parks, Arizona, all these different things to go check out. Page, Arizona, stuff like Grand Canyon, whatever. And I was so dead set on doing that I didn't really care. I was working, and when I wasn't working, I was hanging out with the dog, and I was just, yeah. Did I have fun a few times during that stay? Yeah, but it's been a while since then, man. I've been, you know, haven't been with women in in a couple of months, and yeah, maybe it's a little bit embarrassing putting this on the internet, but I really am big on wanting guys to know that it's okay, man, if you don't have a date this fucking week. It's okay if you're going this whole month focusing yourself, and not caring about getting laid. It's okay if you go a few months, man. It's totally okay. We live in this world where so many guys want to like it's like the ego thing of like feeling like you have to do something. You have to be with a girl. You have to have a girlfriend. You have to have, a girl you're hooking up with. You don't, man. You can live the rest of your life very happily without doing any of that shit. I'm a big believer you should be, have fun and enjoy your life. And, yeah, I think the presence of women is amazing. I love women. I think they bring a very good energy to them. The majority of them, just like there's plenty of bad guys out there. Um, but the majority of women have a very good, good, other half, so to speak, a very good presence. It's like we live together, this universe we created man and woman for a reason because we should live together. We should coexist and enjoy the other's company and enjoy the fact that us guys think differently than women and vice versa. And it's good to have their perspective and their thoughts on things. But as a whole, guys, you don't need to be hooking up all the time. You don't need to be basing your value off of how many times you've gone laid this month or how many different girls you've been with or whatever, man. Because you know why? Living a life like that makes it so you're not happy. There's always this next high, always this next goal, always this basing your value based off how you think women are perceiving you, you know, versus you should be basing your value based off like your own inner thoughts. And go through times, man, where you do this, where you're doing what I'm doing, where you're purposely like haven't been seeing one, you haven't really been caring, man. Like it's been a great 6 months. That hasn't been a sad, depressed 6 months. It's been a very fulfilling. I've been doing a lot of shit, working on me, man, getting stuff done. And if I've been wasting a lot of time chasing women and chasing, stuff like that, then, I may have not gotten as much shit done. So it's perfectly okay to, no matter what your age is, guys, whether you're a 19-year-old, kid in college, whether you're, 35, whether you're 55, whatever, man, you need to learn to enjoy your own company. You need to learn how to enjoy being by yourself or, only having one or a couple friends. You shouldn't be basing your value off of females because you're going to live a very unfulfilled life that's very hollow, and you're going to be chasing high after high. Okay, practice seam retention, practice the art of holding in your fucking nut, dude, and not bust your nut for a couple months at a time so you can focus on yourself, man. It's difficult, but the more you learn how to practice that shit, it's almost like they start coming at you. The proper girl falls into your life, versus you chasing women, man. It's like, yeah, you can find them, man. Yeah, it's important to learn social skills and learn how to cold approach women and stuff like that. But on the other hand, it's important to go through seasons where you're working on yourself, that you don't care about that shit, that you're doing you, having fun with just your presence, and maybe a close few friends, or learning to live with women without, the idea or need to wanting to hook up and stuff. Okay, so and then maybe one day you can make a video online telling other guys, hey, I went 6 months without, getting laid, and it's totally okay. And I actually really enjoyed it. And, am I going to have plenty of opportunities in the future to have sex and stuff? Yeah, 100%, man. I know it, and that's why I don't care. That's why these last 6 months I've been fine, and because I've had my fun, and I will continue to have fun in the future. But you have to go through a phase of enjoying just your presence. Okay. So, anyways, guys, shoot me a text 786-897-4754. Peace.